can just destroy you anywhere.
Yeah, he he infuriates me when he's playing against somebody I'm rooting for because there's just no answer for him.
Who's that?
Russell Westbrook.
Oh yeah. Do you think they'll be able to keep that team much longer, or do you think it's going to eventually implode
The
with the
Thunder,
two main stars, anyways? Because they've already lost James Harden.
I think it should implode. I mean, the West is just too deep right now. They're not. I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning a championship.
I mean,
And
they're always right there, like
yeah,
in around the area where they could. I mean, I don't see them winning it this year for sure because they're playing the Spurs, and the Spurs, I think, is just too much trouble for them. Even though, besides that first game, they have played the Spurs very well.
yeah,
I mean, even though they've lost one of them games, they've still played, you know, pretty decent.
yeah. If not for Golden State and the Spurs, I think they could get to the finals. And even then, I don't think they could beat Cleveland because they have no answer for LeBron.
Yeah, I really wish I could say that I like Durant,
Yeah.
but it turns out me and LeBron have more in common.
Oh, from the Ohio connection.
Well, that and he likes the Dallas Cowboys.
Dude, he likes the Yankees too. He's a bandwagon fan. He's a
Um,
follower.
he likes the Yankees.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, he
Is he
like
really a bandwagon player? If you like the Cowboys now, wouldn't it
yeah.
be the Patriots bandwagon team?
No, nah. Plenty of people still hate the Patriots. Well, they
Yeah,
hate Tom Brady.
I hate Tom Brady.
Me too.
I respect the hell out of him, but I
Yeah.
hate him.
Uh, everybody
I,
loves.
I can't. I gotta admit how great he is.
You can't deny it. No, everybody still love the Cowboys. They're still well. The Steelers are the more have more fans worldwide, but you still see more Cowboy jerseys around here than anywhere else, and Yankee hats.
Yeah. Or well, Braves is really big where we're at, or
Yeah,
where we used to be.
but
Like,
yeah, he's like a I don't he's like a bandwagon fan. I bet in basketball he liked the Lakers too. He just won't say. Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan secretly.
I like the Lakers. I've always liked the Lakers. So.
I liked them until old King dipshit had Shaq ran out of town.
Yeah, I stuck true to the team, but yeah, I wasn't too happy about it. I was happy he was able to get some titles on his own, but that's just because he was winning for the Lakers. If he was playing for anybody else, I wouldn't give two shits.
I'm gonna start back rooting for him now. Now that all the bandwagon people are left.
Yeah, I'm still going for him. I haven't watched many games this year, just because.
It hurts.
I just
It hurt too much.
well, he died, and I found something better to watch. But because I've been kind of I hadn't been into basketball like I used to be in a long time. College basketball, yes, I'll watch every Ohio State game I can possibly watch. But when it comes to the Lakers, not quite the love I used to have for them.
Yeah.
Or I mean, in the NBA in general, not just them. It's just in general.
And ladies and gentlemen, we didn't give you an introduction, probably because we don't have one because we still haven't figured out a name for this podcast.
Yeah,
We
because we retired the old name.
yeah, we just know it's gonna be sports centric, but there'll still be comic book talk from time to time, and movie talk from time to time.
Yeah, when I actually watch one.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you to go see that Dawn of Justice so we can talk about it.
I need to watch it. I've heard so many bad but and good reviews. Without you giving anything away for the listeners that haven't watched it,
I
or
hadn't
if you
seen it
want to give
either.
some,
I hadn't
oh,
seen
you
it.
haven't.
I'm in. The, I had. I don't plan on seeing Captain America because I don't like when superheroes fight each other.
Okay.
I just don't like seeing my superheroes fight one another.
and that's all the movies you're getting right now.
Exactly.
If it wasn't in the comics, I wouldn't. I would be against it too. But since it actually did happen in comics, I'm kind of okay with it. I
Yeah.
mean, well, okay with it being talked about and everything. But I don't know.
But I
I,
did.
I've,
Oh,
I've
what'd you
heard
hear?
bad and good on movies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I heard that they pulled the story from part of the story from Injustice.
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard from some of the reviews.
I thought they pulled some stuff from the Dark Knight as well.
Yeah, that too.
Okay,
The
so that is
the Bruce Wayne, the Batman, the Dark Knight's Batman, where he drinks a lot and
well, he's old.
oh yeah,
The Frank Miller one.
yeah, and he uses a gun.
Where the suit come from that? The body armor suit
Yeah,
that they show on the previews. So
yeah,
that's no spoiler because that's been seen everywhere. Um, yeah, it was that was off of the Dark Knight. I mean, I've read them because they actually have a Dark Knight 3 out right now that I'm actually looking into.
oh, okay.
That's in the comic form. So I'm sure have you read the other two Dark Knights?
I read the first Dark Knight.
Okay. The second one was good too. And the third one's pretty good
Okay.
because they made the animated films of both of them. The DC series,
Yeah,
and both of the Dark Knights are on it because they were that good. So the third one, it's not quite as good to me. What I like about the Dark Knight is, yeah, they play in a futuristic sense, but they also have current events. Like you have Obama's president, and like you'll have like Donald Trump on there talking about Batman. So it's kind of cool in that sense
yeah,
because they had Reagan. Was it Bush? I think it was Reagan on the first one, if I'm not mistaken, because they did it then too. And I just like that. I like how Frank Miller's mind works sometimes. Like he don't go like Alan Moore goes way off the deep end, where Frank Miller still kind of brings it in a little bit.
yeah. Okay.
So. But
Yeah.
I'm still cool. I still want to see the Black Panther. I still think it's gonna be fun.
Oh man, they said he was amazing. Now I'm ready for the Black Panther origin movie. I'm
Which
ready to
is
see
coming out of,
Wakanda.
if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Or are they going straight into a new Avengers? I don't know which one that they're doing.
No, that supposedly they're gonna do the Black Panther. I mean, after the response, or I should say the pop that he got in Avengers. I mean, Captain America. They have to do an origin now. I mean, I want to see Wakanda.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see Wakanda. Give me Wakanda.
Well, we'll see. I just think it was cool. It's what made me like Ultron was the whole point that you knew you were getting new people in,
Yeah,
and they already kind of hinted to it, and with the Vision and all that.
yeah,
I mean, it is still to me the B Squad and Avengers, but still, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, I mean, you
You only could
gotta.
do so many original Avenger movies.
Well, you gotta think about it though. None of their comic books were really selling all that well until the movie came out, and even then, like Iron Man. Iron Man was kind of second tier Marvel.
Well, all the Marvel comics have fell off besides like X-Men and what
Yeah,
else? Spider-Man. That's about it.
yeah,
Punisher.
yeah, because it was the X Men and it was Spider Man, and then there was everybody else.
Yeah, and Punisher was selling decent, but not great.
Yeah, he was kind of this titular character that kind of drifted in and out of everybody else's comics too. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's unfair to kind of say that's Marvel's B Squad.
Well,
But
oh, you're talking about the Avengers with
yeah,
the Panther?
yeah,
Well, I mean, I
yeah,
always felt that way back in the day because they were always on the what was it, Avengers West Coast or some shit like that.
yeah,
I mean, that was who was on there. War Machine. That the Falcon dude. What's his name? I forgot it. Is it the Falcon?
Yeah, it's the Falcon.
Okay, the Falcon. Black Panther. It just felt like guys that kind of came spawn off the A level superheroes.
Yeah.
Like they were introduced off of their comics, and they just kind of. It's the same thing with Justice League Europe or anything like that. Same thing.
Yeah.
They might have one of the Avengers that stayed with them that was a part of the A Squad. Like Martian Manhunter was always the DC version of that. He was always on the B Squads and the A Squad. Because he was, who cared about him that much?
And see, as far as what the Justice League goes, I don't even know why you bother splitting them up. They had a giant satellite in space, which meant they could be anywhere in the world at any time with their powers, and their technologically advanced ships. They didn't need a Justice League Europe.
I hate these dogs. Can you hear them?
Yeah, that's okay.
It's my neighbor's dogs.
Little ankle biters.
Yeah, basically, and they just bark all the damn time because someone's walking around or whatever. They need to control their dogs a little bit. Just because someone's outside, they got to bark nonstop.
Yeah. So you ready to talk about some MMA, some wrestling, and some boxing?
No, I like what we were talking about now.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you steer the reins, since I don't know what you've been watching or what you've been keeping up with. Do you want to start the discussion a little bit? I'll just piggyback off of what you want to talk about.
Well, I haven't watched any MMA.
Okay.
Other than the 2 Ultimate Fighter episodes.
Which we both have watched.
Yeah.
What do you think of the season so far?
I think it's
kind of. Go ahead.
I think it's better than last season. I think it's one of the better seasons they've had thus far. I mean, with so many they pump out so many seasons. It seems like they pump out 3 seasons in 1 year, but so far I think it's one of the better seasons. I think you have 2 very interesting fighters that are coaching the teams this year. They both definitely have their, very distinct personalities, and they truly don't like each other. This is not them trying to sell a fight. They don't like each other.
The rematch is really going to be fun on that 200 weekend, too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fights. It's 3 fight cards.
Is John Jones on that fight card?
Yeah, he's on the 200 card. The fight night card, the ultimate finales, the Jędrzejczyk and Claudia Gadelha. And then the night before that, they're having Rocco Dos Anjos defending his belt.
Oh, okay.
So you got a bunch of title fights because you got 3 title fights on the. Is it 3 or 2? It's 3. There's 3 title fights on that main card of 200.
Oh, okay.
Because you got the interim featherweight belt with Aldo and Ager. You got the bantamweight title, and you got John Jones and Daniel Cormier.
Predictions.
We'll wait on them.
Okay.
Because there's a fight card tomorrow. Which I would only want to talk about in the main event, really.
Yeah.
Andre Arlovski Overing. I think Alistar Overing. I think that could be a really fun fight or a really boring fight.
Okay.
Do you have any predictions on it, or are you familiar with these guys?
Yeah, but I hadn't seen Alistair Overeem fight since he destroyed Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
wow.
6
years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, you're. I'll put it this way: he's lost 3 fights. He's on a 3-fight winning streak right now. He's beat Frank Mir, Roy Nelson, and he knocked out Junior Dos Santos recently. But he was also on a win-loss type fight streak where he lost to Ben Rothwell, and he lost to Antonio Silva, and he's lost to Travis Brown, all by KO.
Well,
but to be fair, he was winning these fights, and then he got knocked out. Kind of like what Andre Arlovski's problem's been his whole career, his chin.
Uh-huh.
And Arlovski's coming off a loss to Stipe Miocic, but besides then, besides that fight, he's looked fantastic in his UFC run. I think it was winning four. He won six straight fights. I think it was four straight with the UFC. His last loss before then coming to Anthony Johnson.
Oh,
I
okay.
picked their teammates. They're not like friends really, but they are teammates from Greg Jackson. So you're getting a teammate fight. I really think that Overeem can take if Overeem plays it smart and fights the way he should, with the striking and using his superior striking, I believe, and not getting lazy and not getting too cocky. I think he knocks out Andre Arlovski. So I'm going with Overeem.
So if he wins this fight, is he
Title contender? Yes.
yes.
Whoever wins this fight, I mean, especially if they win it in a crowd pleasing fashion, I could totally see it going that way. Where you got Andre Arlovski, even though he lost to Stipe, let's say Stipe wins and then Andre knocks off over, and you could get a rematch out of that fight.
Okay.
Or, I mean, it would be a rematch either way because Verdum has fought Arlovski. This would be a third fight between Overeem and Verdum if it happens with them. Which the second fight was horrendous at the Strikeforce.
Yeah.
No one wanted to engage. Overeem just stood it back, kind of kicked at his legs, and Verdum just butt scooted the whole fight. So it was really not good to see. And then their first fight, Overeem was like a 205, blown up 205, and he just was not in the fight. And was fighting a heavyweight Verdum. They're both different fighters now for the better. So I would like to see that third. I mean, that third fight could go good or bad.
Has Verdum fought since he beat Kane?
No, this next weekend.
That's
A
a lo-
huge that UFC card next weekend. Actually,
that's a long layoff.
Yeah, it is. Well, he was supposed to fight Stipe, but he got hurt on Super Bowl weekend.
Okay.
So he had to pull out. Cyborg's coming to the UFC on that card as well.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, a massacre. That's a stat card. We'll talk about that card in depth next weekend. I mean, you got Shogun, you got Anderson Silva, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. I mean, that is a very stat card. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
So I do your homework on that, Alfonso, because that will be a big topic of discussion.
Okay, I will.
So, there's also a Invicta card this weekend that some people should check out. I think it's 2 title fights. A former Ultimate Fighter finalist, Angela Hill, is getting a crack at the strawweight title in Invicta. She's looked really good since she's been there. 2-0, 2 knockouts.
Yeah.
So that's something to also look into.
Okay.
So that's the fight for this weekend. Oh, well, and you want to talk about the boxing fight. Canelo Alvarez, I'm sure.
But before that, we have got to touch on the fight between Kimbo Slice and Dada 5000.
Oh, we never talked about it, huh?
No.
Worst fight in MMA history?
That fight deserves a Razzie.
Yeah, it does. These guys were horrendous, man. How it was just a sad. It was comedic at first, but it just got sad and just a disgrace to the business.
It really was. I mean, they blowed up like halfway into the first round, and Dada could barely stand.
What I didn't understand was how the hell. Have you seen the hospital pictures recently of Dada 5000 that he released?
No.
This dude basically had black eyes and swollen eyes and stuff. I don't know how he got them. He wasn't even hit in the face that hard. I'm more embarrassed that they're actually letting Kimbo fight again because he was horrendous. I mean, yeah, Dada was worse, but Kimbo's fought for years now.
Yeah.
You think he'd get it together just a little bit?
You think?
I mean, I
I'm
mean,
trying. I
just a
don't.
little, please.
I don't understand how he got sanctioned to fight, being in that terrible shape he was in. I mean,
That's Texas Athletic Commission for you, which is a joke.
and whoever trained him ought to be ashamed of themselves too.
Which one, Dada or
Dada.
Kimbo was trained with American Top Team? Believe it or not.
Oh well.
And how embarrassing he was. His ground game was horrendous.
Worse than ever. He never, I guess he
If
just
he
refuses.
looks like that against James Thompson, which they actually have a fight coming up, and they fought before. I don't know if you remember it. It was on CBS. James Thompson was the one with the overgrowth ear.
Oh, is that the one where
Floated.
Kimbo tapped out, but they didn't see it?
Yeah, and he busted that dude's ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's him.
Okay.
And so they're going to be fighting again. And he's kind of a joke fighter too, to be honest. But and you don't know what you're going to get out of him.
Yeah.
But if he comes in that kind of shape, I think James Thompson beats him.
Kimbo needs to stop. He needs to find something else. I mean,
What, go back to boxing and win Fitz fights?
yeah, because MMA is just not cut out for him. He's not cut out for MMA, I should say.
No, he's not.
I mean, if you're not going to work on your ground game, I mean, he's been at this for what, 10 years now, and his ground game is no better now than when he first started, and his cardio sucks too.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, so if you're not, to me, you train not only to stay in shape but to protect yourself in there. And if you're not training to the best of your ability, you're just a walking disaster just waiting to happen.
I agree.
But we'd be remiss if we didn't touch on the death of the MMA fighter.
Jordan Parsons, yeah.
Yes.
That was sad. I really hope they catch the people, or person, or people that did the hit and run, because it's really disgusting. You hit someone like they're just a piece of roadkill and leave them there.
Yeah.
Because even if he survived, they already amputated a piece of his leg.
Yeah.
His career was already done, and now for him to pass on, I really hope whoever did this gets caught and is brought to justice. And it might be an update to that. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. They might have already caught the person. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Yeah, because I'm
And,
not too sure about that.
and he trained with the Black Zillions, right?
Yeah, and he was a young guy. He had I think one loss on his record. He's an up and comer. He probably could have been a big star for Bellator, or maybe even moved on to UFC and applied his craft there. I thought he was a good fighter. I enjoyed watching his fights, to be honest.
Yeah.
I could see potential in him for sure, and it's just sad to hear that happen. And I hate we keep talking about bad news on here, but if it keeps happening, we have to touch on it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Your thoughts?
I just think it's sad, to see such potential taken away. And by all accounts, he was doing the right things. He was, making something of himself. He kept himself clean. He wasn't into drugs or heavy alcohol use. He wasn't beating on his girlfriend. He
Yeah,
wasn't raping women.
exactly.
So it's just sad. And
I
they
know.
still
Then you
haven't
got.
found him.
I don't wish death on nobody, but then you got guys that do that have great careers, or at least they live healthy lives.
Uh, who was that MMA fighter that just got sentenced to 5 years?
For what?
Domestic violence.
Oh my gosh, who was that?
I
Legendary.
mean, big old guy.
Lavar Johnson.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't see how he didn't kill that woman if he hit her like that.
Oh, to be in that situation. Well, the
Yeah.
dude has the past record. This guy's been shot before in a drive-by.
I
Like he
mean,
almost lost his life before and didn't even get to fight again.
I mean, and his girlfriend, she's just a little bitty old thing. I mean, and for him to pummel on her like that, it's amazing
Yeah.
he didn't do some serious long term damage to her.
I mean, he deserves to go to prison.
Oh, he deserves to go for longer than what he got.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are. I mean, I hate to say, I'm not trying to put light on domestic violence, but we are talking about domestic violence. And honestly, sometimes you're lucky if they do anything about it or anything gets done. So, I mean, there is Travis Brown still hanging around,
Well,
getting fights in the UFC.
well, a lot of times too, it depends on the woman because a lot of times, the woman will change a story
Yeah.
and she won't cooperate. I mean, because the district attorney can still press charges if he deems that what happened was bad enough, but it's still very difficult when a woman changes her mind. And in this case, she didn't, and he got 5 years, which is probably 5 years less than what he deserved.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it should be more serious offense than it is.
Yeah, which he'll probably be out in 2 to 3 with
Yeah.
good behavior.
Yeah, for domestic violence, yeah.
But I don't think he. I think his fight career is over with.
Yeah, he's not a young guy. And he wouldn't have the best career anyways anymore. I mean, he's made the UFC. He's had exciting fights. He was in Bellator, but I think he lost his last few Bellator fights.
I know he lost to Brandon Shaw.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was in UFC. Was it Brandon Schaub he lost to?
Yeah, they yeah,
Okay. Oh, what? Did he bring it up?
yeah.
All
Of
right.
course he did.
Always into putting himself over.
Of course he is. Oh, okay. So, how are you gonna watch the fight this weekend
Yeah.
between Canelo Alvarez and um,
Oh, that one? I don't
Amir
even know.
Khan?
I want to. I'm not gonna watch it live. Probably. I'm watching Vita because I already paid for Fight Pass. So.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. I'm not paying $60 to watch that fight anyway.
Oh, I'm not either, but I'll wait and check it out. But with Mother's Day, it's gonna be. It might be a few days.
Yeah.
So,
Who
but
you who you got in this fight?
Canelo Alvarez. It's a great matchup for him. I think. I say all day long.
Yeah, I gotta go with Canelo too. I just
I think Canelo has gotten better, and he's gonna get better. I would like to see him fight. If Mayweather comes back, I would love to see him fight Mayweather again. I
I
still
don't
think Mayweather beats him, but I still think it'd be a better fight.
I think the fight to make after this fight will be Triple G.
With Canelo or Triple
Yeah,
G and Mayweather.
yeah, with Canelo.
I do too. I want to see that fight. It'd be an awesome fight. I think Triple G could take him.
I do too. But see, it's
But,
kind of hard to
but
tell.
whoever wins it, though, it's a great win for him.
It's kind of hard to tell how good Triple G is because he hadn't really beaten anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good, but you just don't know how good he is.
True.
And this would be, and Mayweather, they've already said he wants no part of Triple G.
Yeah, because he's scared.
Yeah, he's scared.
There's a guy that could probably give him trouble.
Yeah. And Canelo, they're in no hurry to fight him either. But at some point, somebody's got to fight this dude. Either that or he moves up in weight class.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Canelo goes for it, and we get to see a great fight.
I know.
'Cause I want
I
to.
yeah. So I guess we can move on into wrestling now.
Well,
Uh,
do you want to talk about the releases that just happened in the last couple of days?
yeah. I don't know anything about it, but I'm pretty sure there'll be some interesting names on the list.
Wade Barrett, Sandow, Cameron, Hornswoggle, El Torito, Alex Riley. Who else? I'm missing somebody. Oh, Zeb Culture, Dutch Mantel is his other wrestling name. If you don't know who Zeb Culture is,
Yeah, I know who Zeb Coulter is.
people
That's
might know him as Dutch Mantel too, though.
oh.
But and who else? There's one other person I'm missing off the top of my head. Zeb Culture. I think that's the I said Hornswoggle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Santino Morella, but he's already pretty much retired. He was just on the roster until the surgeries were over.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, they wasn't doing nothing with any of these guys really, but any comments? Shock, surprisement, wonder why, think it's good for him.
The only person of any consequence, as far as I'm concerned, was Wade Barrett. They weren't doing anything with him,
Hmm.
so you know, I think it's probably best for him. But I read somewhere where I heard on a podcast, MLW free plug, that he was looking to leave so he could explore other career options
Yeah,
like acting. So I mean, I don't think he minds too much being released, and he's talented enough, and he's got a look about him. He could easily get on in New Japan or Ring of Honor
yeah.
if he
I
chose
think
to.
Damian Sandow's in that same boat, and he's a cult favorite.
Oh, is
And
he?
he was doing so good with his character for him to bury him. He was a great hand.
Yeah.
So I think them two are the main two that we need to work. Everybody else, I think they're going to have trouble. Um, basically getting bookings. I mean, they could probably work a little bit out their WWE runs,
Yeah.
but besides, I think them two are going to be guys that can probably make good livings if they stay to wrestling
Yeah.
on the independent or in TNA or wherever. They'll
Uh,
get paid either way.
Now, I heard a rumor that T Ring of Honor is trying to buy TNA.
I hadn't heard that. I know that I don't know if you remember the twins, the Harris twins,
The Harris twins. Not off.
Don and Ron Harris. Their company is buying TNA.
What company is that?
I can't think of the name of it.
Oh.
Off the top of my head, it's some like financial backing or something.
So does that mean Dixie Carter's gone? Because I know
Uh,
that deals in the past have been nixed because she still wanted to be a huge part of the company even after they sold it.
I think if anybody buys it, she has no choice.
Good. I mean, she's the biggest hurdle facing TNA right now. So,
Yeah, I agree. She's not
um,
the great hope or anything for that company. She's more of a hindrance. She seems like a nice lady,
yeah, but
but
she just, she just doesn't know wrestling. She's just
that's
somebody whose daddy had a lot of money and he just indulged her.
she wanted to be one of the boys.
Yeah, I mean, she's that person. She's that type of person that Jim Cornette hates. Amateur booker.
Yeah,
I think with her gone, TNA will instantly become like 35% better.
yeah. Cause I hadn't watched it in a while, but I hear like they're still doing good things. It sounds like I just hadn't had time to watch it with all the TV series, sports, wrestling, and MMA that's going on right now.
Yeah,
and TNA is going to take a back burner to all that. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry, TNA fanatics, if there are any left out there.
Yeah, I doubt it, but it might be. But Drew Galloway's the champion, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, is he? Oh,
I do know that because I saw him with the belt at WrestleMania weekend.
one more person that passed away that we need to talk about. China.
I thought we didn't bring her up. Oh, yeah.
Did we? Did we bring it up?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, folks.
We went did a whole death reel on that. We were just talking more about Prince, but we did mention China. I mean, was there anything else we needed to add to that, or
No,
because I did
no.
talk about drug use and everything.
Yeah, I don't think they found anything.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Just like they haven't found, they suspect that Prince was abusing drugs, but they still don't know. And
Well,
the
heck,
family,
they think that catfish that died, that was
Huh.
on the show Catfish, they think she died from heroin overdose, but she looked like she was like 400 pounds. Which, I mean, I guess heroin addicts could be any size, but you just never really hear of bigger people doing heroin
yeah,
or being where they would OD on it.
yeah. You watch Catfish on MTV, Cody?
Oh, yes. I've been catfished before.
I don't even think I have MTV on my cable provider.
Oh, you took it off because I don't watch it on MTV. I download it and watch it after the fact.
Now, when you say you were
It's
catfish,
something my girlfriend watched.
now when you said you got catfish, was this like all those years ago when you worked at Lowe's?
Yes.
Okay, okay. I wondered about that. We just never talked about it.
I just didn't want to bring it up no more.
Okay. Man, I didn't want to be the one to bring it up. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up, so.
Exactly. We just let it die a slow death.
Okay, cool. Just always
You're just like,
wondered.
oh, yeah. It's like, oh, Cody's single again. Fine. I
Yeah.
wonder what happened to that one chick.
Hey, if it happened to me, I'd want to forget it too. So.
Yeah. So I just, yeah. So that did happen one time.
There were some times when I wished I'd been catfished.
Really? How so? Now I'm curious.
No, I mean,
You just wish you had made
you got.
decision,
I mean,
or-
you got. You got what you. In my case, I got what I paid for, and she was just an awful human being.
Dang.
Selfish, inconsiderate, rude, loud.
That,
I
I
was
mean,
like,
did
ugh.
you know that before you was around her?
I mean, I knew she was a little arrogant because most cute girls have that attitude, but hers was turned all the way up. It was her world, and I'm just like, how do I eject myself from the situation as soon as possible?
I don't know. Tell her you have an STD or something.
Oh, I just disappeared.
You quit talking to her just all around.
Yeah, I just faded.
Hey, that's sometimes the best way.
Stop answering the phone. Stop responding to text messages.
I know what you're saying though. I've had some very cute girls. I ain't gonna diss all cute girls because I've had some that were like that, and then I've had some that wasn't like that. They were just cool.
Yeah.
But they had some other issue, obviously, because we're not together. Or maybe it was me. We ain't gonna go into details about that. That's the past. I'm happily
As
happy
am I.
as I could be.
As am I.
See, yeah, that's all that matters. Who cares about the past?
Nope, I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Just made
It
it
is
who we are
funny, though.
today.
But I do enjoy catfish.
I have to see if I have MTV. I mean, there's nothing on MTV that remotely interests me anymore.
That's seriously the only show that interests me.
I mean, I'm not knocking it. I mean, I watch some stuff that you might find silly too, but I'm just saying, I haven't watched MTV since the the um the MTV Challenge, the
Oh,
Gauntlet
which
two.
one? Yeah, they've had a bunch of gauntlets.
Yeah, the second Gauntlet. That was the last thing I watched on MTV.
The last one I watched of that stuff, of like the gauntlets and stuff, was I watched the Rivals. That they did the Rivals one where they teamed two people together and they were rivals in some way.
Uh huh.
Like they had an issue on the other shows or on actual like the Real World or Road Rules or whatever. They didn't like each other and stuff. It was pretty cool
Oh, okay.
because he had to work together with people like, and some of them got in physical fights before and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So like they put CT with the dude he beat up on one of the. Wasn't it a gauntlet he beat him up on?
Yeah. Little black haired guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were on the team.
See,
I
see,
watched both Rivals because CT was with Wes on one of them too, and they got into it on the first Rivals.
CT's just an ass. Nobody likes him. Is he
Besides
still
the
rolling
girl,
it up?
yeah. I don't know. I hadn't seen him recently. I don't even know if he still does them.
Because I think that one time he went after that guy, he was in a full on roid rage.
Yeah. Did he ever get in, or was he ever on there when Mike was on there, or did Mike already leave?
Which one was Mike?
The Miz. He
Oh,
did some of the challenges.
I don't think him and. Yeah, I do believe the Miz was on that one. I think the
Or his,
Miz was one of the ones that kept him from killing that guy.
I always wondered if they got into it. That'd been funny.
I don't know, not the one I watched, because compared to those guys, the Miz was huge. He looked small
Yeah.
compared to the other wrestlers, but in that setting right there, he was the king fish, and the rest of them were just trying to keep up with him. So, do you want to get into Raw and SmackDown?
Uh, we can. I didn't watch SmackDown.
Okay, I'm actually letting it play in the background now as we speak.
I watched New Japan this week. Nothing to note. It's just a really good show to watch.
Well, we don't have to talk about
Well,
Raw.
we can. If you just want to talk about WWE in general, we could.
Well, I was just going to ask you, what do you think about Nakamura in NXT now?
I think it's awesome. I like what they're doing with NXT.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a really good. It's really good for them. I think. I think it. Do it. I mean, they do. They still need to build their own stars a little bit, but bringing all these indie guys is really making the show very enjoyable to watch.
yeah,
It feeds to a lot of their audience, and it's exposing these guys to maybe some people that are not super familiar with these guys. If they're just kind of checking out NXT, you know,
yeah,
like they might know who they are, but they've never really watched them wrestle.
right.
And in NXT, they let the guys kind of be themselves a lot of ways.
Okay.
So I enjoy it.
What about how do you think Austin Aries is fitting into the NXT tent?
The who?
Austin
Austin Aries?
Aries, how do you think he fit into this the how do you think he fits into NXT?
I think he works just fine. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of TNA retreads. I mean, they recently had Eric Young on there.
Uh huh.
You got Samoa Joe. You got Austin Aries. Austin Aries, he's undefeated on there, which is cool. So it looks like they're pushing him a little bit. They've already took away Apollo Crews, and I mean, they had to refill when they did all these roster jumps with Sami Zayn and Apollo Crews and the soft guys, Enzo Amore
Yeah.
and Big Cass, which he's doing better, thank gosh. You heard about his injury at Payback, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you got the vaudevillains and the big roster. So you have to refill these rosters, but they got good talent. They have refilled the roster. You still got people. You got Samoa Joe. I think Finn Balor's going to be pushed up soon. So yeah, I mean, you got some good guys. I mean, Hideo Kami should be coming back sometime.
Yeah.
He's kind of going to be. I think he's going to be lost in the shuffle with them having Shinsuke and all these guys being signed in.
I have to say, I didn't think they would translate well to prime time, but I like the VOD villains.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. I mean, they're gimmicky and they're kind of JoJo, but I still they can wrestle, and they're
That
doing
is,
and they're really into their gimmick, which says a lot about them as professionals. I just think WWE needs to do a little bit more to help them out, though. Kind of give us some background as to why are they such fans of vaudeville to that extreme. Did they step into a time warp or something, or were they did they grow up in a gypsy camp? Something. Give us more.
Gypsy Camp.
Oh, I do have MTV and Catfish is on.
See,
Okay, I didn't know I had these channels. And Step
ain't
Up 3 comes
great.
on at 5 o'clock, and that's why I do not watch MTV.
Oh fuck that show. I don't blame you. I wouldn't watch that show either.
Step Up. Ugh.
Who watches that stuff?
Apparently, enough people because they keep making them.
Well, is it like Bring It On? Remember when they made all the Bring It On movies?
Yes.
Direct to video or straight to MTV or whatever.
And still making them for all we know.
Yeah, I really don't know. They could be making
It could be 10 of them now. And on the last count, there were like 7.
7.
I think so.
Damn. I stopped looking at 4.
I know there were at least 5.
I've seen like 2 of them.
Bring it
Not
on.
not by choice really. Someone else was watching it. And I was just kind of there. But
Well, I actually sit through the second one and watched it because I thought the girl in it was hot. So,
well, yeah, that does help.
but I haven't
Actually, I've
watched
seen
it
the
anymore.
first 3. I actually have seen the first 3 because I forgot that. Because wasn't Chris? Which one was Christy and Mill? Wasn't she in one of them?
Kirsten Dunst.
No, not her.
Oh, Christina Milian.
Yeah.
She was in the third or fourth one.
Which one was Beyonce's sister in?
That was the last one. That was like In It to Win It or something like that.
Unfortunately, I think I've seen more than I think I have.
You probably didn't watch them all the way through. You just probably, flipped through the
Yeah.
channels and saw it. Let's see. I'm gonna Google this. Let's see. How many? Oh, Google already knew what I was gonna
What,
say.
what about to go down?
Yeah. Uh, there are 5 movies.
Damn.
Uh,
So there's 5. I thought there was 5, but
n-
you said 7. I was oh hell.
I thought there were 7, but no. Bring It On again. Bring It On, All or Nothing. That's the one with Beyonce's sister. In It to Win It and Fight to the Finish. That's the one with Christina Milian. And I think the one she was in was the last one.
I thought she was younger than Beyonce's sister. I mean older.
Probably was. That don't. Man, it's
Uh,
Hollywood.
that's true.
Listen, this one was 2009. Let's see, Beyonce's sister.
Yeah, because that's way after she did the movie with Nick Cannon.
Yeah, the one with Beyonce's sister was in 2006 because it had Hayden Panettiere in it too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Okay.
her. I think I like that movie now. No, I'm saying.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, if you sit here and told me that you watched all the High School Musical movies, then I'd have to kind of look at you funny.
I've seen the first one. My stepsister was watching it. I think it was Christmas, or she got it for Christmas, I think, and then like one of her little presents or whatever, and we had to watch it.
Well, I can't lie. I watched it with my niece. She was like
Yeah.
7 at the time.
Oh, she was older, which is sad. She was like in high school, but she liked it still.
Yeah.
But then again, there was a lot of girls that liked it because of Zac Efron.
Yeah. Oh, Zach.
Dude, he's like a beast looking now. He's
Yeah,
like super shredded.
he's getting ready to transition into that action star role, I think.
I think so too. He's not too bad on some of the movies I've seen him in.
I mean, I like him. I
He's
don't
gotten
hate him.
better.
It's not like he's Justin Bieber or anything.
No, Justin Bieber's a joke. He looks
Yeah.
like Anna Montana.
I mean, I
Right
like
now,
to see.
they like. I think they call each other and get similar hairstyles and stuff together.
Yeah, I do too. They do each other's nails, but I think we need, with all these superhero movies. I think we need like a throwback action hero, in the form of like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger, somebody who don't have any superpowers. Just a normal guy. So we'll
Guess
see.
we'll see. Yeah, we will see. Well, we're creeping up on the hour mark.
Yeah, time flew by.
I know. We really didn't talk about much of anything, but enough. But you ready to put a bow on this?
Yeah, man, I gotta get this place ready for Carla. She'll be over here in a little bit, and I'm pretty sure you have some things to do with your family.
Yeah, need to cut grass. But yeah, I got stuff to do too as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be hitting you up again soon, and maybe next time we'll have a name.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, have a great week, guys.